Yes, guys, bruv, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today, I've shaved the whiskers off, bruv. I've shaved the beard off. Yeah. Now look young and handsome. But we're back today with something I haven't done. I've never actually done on this channel, I don't think. I don't think so. We're doing a combined 11 for the upcoming Super Sunday Clash. Does that sound great? Yes, I bet I've sold that brilliantly, haven't I? Super Sunday Clash, which actually is going to be a game I'm quite looking forward for in Arsenal versus Liverpool at the Emirates Stadium. I am, by the way, disclaimer. I don't know if Saka's going to be fit, but that's the problem. I don't know if he's going to be fit, but the players we do know aren't going to play. Saliba. Actually, no, Saliba is fit, but he's suspended, but I'm going to count him. But Odegaard, Calafiore, I think is confirmed out. Timber's confirmed out. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. These type of players, I'm not gonna include. Same way, I'm not gonna include Alisson because I know he's confirmed out. You know what I mean? I know so is Saliba, but it's like different. You know, he's only suspended. Do you know what I'm saying? Comprende. Do you comprende? You do comprende, don't you? So here we have the lineup builder. Let's move the camera a bit. Lineup builder. Should move it down here, yeah. It's a bit bigger. I think this looks a bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks a bit better. Right, we're going to start off in goal. And I think this one, obviously, as I say, there's no Alisson as he's not fit. So we're going to go, this one's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? David Raya. I mean, he is better than Kelleher, isn't he? Kelleher's a decent goalkeeper. As we all know, he's a decent backup goalkeeper. But David Raya is arguably the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. And I, as I said, I don't know if I said it on this channel, because I don't think my channel was about at that time, but in the summer transfer window, I wanted Man United to sign him instead of Onana. Well, not instead of Onana. I thought before United were linked with a goalkeeper, I said David Raya and Renato Sanchez were my two goalkeepers. One of them I got totally wrong, but in David Raya, I think I've been proven right that geezer is actually a good goalkeeper. There's a reason why Spurs wanted him, the reason why Arsenal got him, and look, he's been part of a formidable defence. Well, I say formidable defence. You know, they have leaked a few goals this season, but they are still a top defence, and he's arguably been the main part of that, because when they had Ramsdale in goal, let's face it, they were conceded 3 at home to Southampton. They were bottling leads. They could not keep a clean sheet in pivotal moments, and he makes them be able to go away to these big grounds and be able to stink out 1-0 at Old Trafford and things like that, and keep, you know, obviously they drew 1-1 last season at Anfield, but they only conceded 1 goal. The sort of things like this, he adds a calmness to the back four. Self-explanatory. He's miles better than Kelleher. I'm going to start off though with outfield. I'm going to go with left back. Now this one I haven't actually thought about. I haven't actually gone into anything. This is just doing this off the bat. Obviously Timber is injured, but I wouldn't put him at left back anyways. I certainly wouldn't put Calafiore, or fucking Calipac left back, because he's no good. However, I am going to go Robertson. Although he is a bit washed nowadays. I do understand that. He is a bit washed. He's nowhere near as good as he was 5 years ago. The Scotsman himself. But Arsenal don't have any. I mean, they're going to put Zinchenko, bruv. Come on, mate. Let's be real here. You know what I mean? He might do well in politics or something, but he ain't going to do well in the old football game ahead of Robertson. So yeah, I'm going to go with Robertson. I think that's self-explanatory. I mean, if it was 4 years ago, it'd be straight up, wouldn't it? It'd be Robertson. But Timber plays shit at left back. Timbuktu, bruv. Calafiore, bruv. As I say, people only rate him because he's got nice hair and they fancy him. Because as a footballer, he's not that good. I don't think Robertson's that good, but I think he's better. He's the best of a bad bunch. I think I'll go. That's why I went that position first. Now we're going to go move on to right back. This one is a bit of a sticky one. Because, as I say, Ben White is a top right back. He's been a top right back. He's not a good centre back, but he's a top right back, for Arsenal. And he has been for 2 years. But Trent Alexander-Arnold would arguably get into the world 11 at times. Like, he would arguably be considered the best right back in the world. And that's where the problem sort of instantly, the discussion instantly just shuts up, I think. Because simply based off the fact that you look at Trent, he's got like ability as a footballer to wow you. Whereas I think Ben White is just a good player. He's a good, nice, tidy, technical player. But Trent can play some unreal passes, ping the ball. And by the way, he actually can defend. He's not great at it, but he can defend, believe it or not. And I'm going off this as a better footballer, a better player. I understand if you want that as your right back. I understand if you want Ben White as your right back because he's a better defender, and he's a better defender. But you saw Trent last week. I mean, yeah, he's playing against Sancho. It looks like he plays in fucking Air Forces, bruv, trying to not crease him. But in terms of as a player, I think Trent is just a better player. I'm going to go with Trent Alexander-Arnold for the right back position ahead of Ben White. It's a toss-up between Trent and Ben White, isn't it? Centre-backs, I think one of them's self-explanatory, bruv. Best centre-back in the world, one of the best centre-backs. I spelled his name wrong. I spelled his name, yeah. So, one of the best centre-backs in Premier League history. Arguably top 5 in Premier League history. Some people would argue he's number 1. I don't think he's number 1, but I think he probably is top 5. I think he's, other than the likes of Terry, Vidic, Rio, maybe then that's it, and he might be 4th. He's definitely in discussion with that. I think he needs multiple league titles for me to chat to them, really. But yeah, he's unreal, isn't he, Virgil van Dijk? And he is just better than Saliba, and he is just better than Gabriel, and he's just better. He's the best centre back in the league. He's probably the best centre back in the world. It's definitely the best centre back in the Premier League. Him or Rudiger is probably for ones I'd say for the best centre backs in the world. But yeah, he's just a marvelous defender. So complete, brilliant passing. He jogs around the pitch, but he can play with pace. He's got brilliant pace, great physical attributes, great in the air, so good in the air, by the way. I noticed it when I watched him live at the Old Trafford versus Liverpool. He wins everything in the air. So does Konate, by the way, but Van Dijk and Konate, but Van Dijk especially, just wins everything in the air, so commanding. One thing about Van Dijk we have to give him credit for is Konate is decent now, but Konate's always been bozo Gene and in and out because of injuries. He's never really had a top centre-back partner. Never really had one. He's never had a one consistent partner as well. And yeah, I can only give him credit for that because it's easier when you have a partner there to help you. So yeah, I'll go Virgil van Dijk. Left centre-back. Well, I don't do the left centre-back. I'm just going to do both centre-backs. Saliba is available. I'm going to go with Saliba. Although I do think Gabriel's been better than him for the past year. But I do think Saliba is probably overall the better player, the better defender. Just based off ability. I think Gabriel has been unreal. He's clutch for Arsenal. Take nothing away from him. But Saliba is just... When Saliba plays well, you are in awe of how he does things so effortlessly, how composed he is on the ball and things like that. I have to take my hats off to him, yeah. And look, that I've done 7 minutes on the defence, so we're going to just get this over and done with now. We're going to move into the midfield. I think everyone can accept that's a brilliant top back four, bruv. Unreal back four. We're going to move on to the DM position, and I'm hot take. I'm going with Gravenberch, bruv. As I said, I've watched him a few times this season, and every single time I've been amazed at how good he is at football. And I didn't expect it, bruv. I did not expect it. People compare him to Pogba. I don't think he's like that. Don't send for my baller, right? Don't send for my baller. But this season, I watched him against Palace. I thought he was brilliant. I watched him against Chelsea. Thought he was decent. There's another game I watched him against United as well, live in the stadium. He could drive with the ball. He can drop a shoulder. He can play a pass. He can dribble. He can shoot. He can defend. He's got physical attributes. He's got pace, bruv. He's got almost everything you'd want in a DM, bro. Yeah, and I'm just looking at him like, this guy, he has potential to be the best DM in the league. Him, Caicedo, they're up there, bruv. Obviously, Rodri as well. How can I forget Rodri? But now Rodri's out for a bit. I think he could probably become Team of the Year defensive midfielder. He's been unreal this season. And the ability is there for me that I think he's going to sustain it. I just think looking at the ability as a player, I think he's going to sustain it quite comfortably. Yeah, and by the way, I do think he's better than Declan Rice. I don't really need that explanation. He's miles better than Declan Rice. Declan Rice, if Declan Rice was going to get in this team, he'd get in at right centre-back or left centre-back, wherever, because that's a centre-back playing in midfield. Cheers, thank you. Next to him, though, we're going to go McAllister. Oh, well, I didn't do a space. Bloody hell, McAllister. Alexis McAllister, we're going to go with him. Purely because Odegaard is injured. He has got a massive injury. So we are going to, not... If Odegaard was there, I'd put Odegaard ahead of McAllister. I think they're both good players. I really do like McAllister. I wouldn't have at United. I think he's a top player, very nice technical player. But he also has great work ethic, great defensively. Can drop into 6, can drop into the 8, can drop into the 10. Can score goals as well. Score bangers as well, actually, to be fair. I think there is a really good player in McAllister, and I think he is a nice player, nice, tidy player. And yeah, who else would be in that? What, Kai Havertz, Thomas Partey in the 8? Nah, not for me. Declan Rice maybe in the 8, maybe. We could explore that for the next 8, but I think, yeah, Szoboszlai, as I said, bruv. Ralph Lauren, ring him up, bruv. Modelling job. Who else? Is there any other midfielders? Not really. Odegaard's obviously out. Moreno ain't getting in. Yeah, I'm going McAllister, Gavin Birch as my first 2 midfielders. Now, moving on. Think we are going to go with Declan then in centre. So I'm going to go back on what I just said about him playing in centre back, because I don't think there's any other midfielders that you can actually put him in. Yeah, I don't think there is. I'll pay him in the 8. I don't think you could put Partey in the 8. I don't think you could put Szoboszlai ahead of Declan Rice. I don't think you'd put Endo ahead of Declan Rice, even though I don't think he's an 8. I don't think you'd put Curtis Jones ahead of Rice. I don't think you'd put Moreno ahead of Rice, and so on and so on. I would just put him in there. Now I'd go back on what I said about him playing in the centre-back role, because I would put him in the 8 ahead of them players, because he is just a better player than the majority of them, at least. And yeah, pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Left wing. No, we're going to go right wing first. This one, pretty self-explanatory, bruv. The king. The Egyptian king, they called him. Yeah, he is just better than Saka, by the way, so cry more, Arsenal fans. I have no other explanation for it. He's better than Saka. He gets into the team. Left wing. Diaz. I think Diaz is better than Martinelli. I think Martinelli's quite average. So is Diaz. Diaz ain't that great, but yeah, I think Diaz is better than Martinelli. As I say, self-explanatory, bruv. We're on 13 minutes now, bruv. I want to, keep this as quick as possible. But yeah, I'd go Diaz instead of Martinelli. He started off the season brilliant. I'm not sure why he's been dropped. I don't know if he had an injury or something. I don't know. But he's been dropped after scoring quite a few goals. But yeah, it's not even about this season form. It's just about as a player, I think he's got a bit more ability than Martinelli. Not that they're both great ability-wise. They're both not the best ability, but yeah, I'd go with that. And then up front, I know Jota's now injured. He's confirmed out, so I can't actually put him in there. So I'm going to have to go with this one. If Jota was available, it'd be Diogo Jota up top, because he's a miles better striker than Kai Havertz. Miles better. Not even in the same stratosphere. But unfortunately for Liverpool, he's not, and he come off injured in the Chelsea game, didn't he? Yeah, and it's just standard Diogo Jota, brother. He has his standard 3-month injury out, 3 months out every season, doesn't he? So yeah, that's my combined 11. My manager would be on Slot, because he's a better manager than Arteta, proving it more, and he's top of the league. What phase is he in, by the way? And yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Arsenal players, 7 Liverpool players. You could argue, some people would argue Saka ahead of Salah. I wouldn't. Some people would argue Partey ahead of Gravenberch. Again, that's up for grabs. Some people would argue someone at left back, whoever. I wouldn't. Some would argue Trent at right back, but I think, a few of these are just straight up. Straight up, no debate. Toss up between Ben White and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Midfield, Declan Rice. No debate. You know what I'm saying? Cheers all for watching though. Please do subscribe. Let me know if you want to see more of these combined 11s. Cheers. Thank you.